Most people believe that earning a high income is the final destination of financial success. But the truth is far more brutal and less discussed in the mainstream media. Statistics from the National Bureau of Economic Research show that 70% of wealthy families lose their entire fortune by the second generation. It is not because they stopped working hard or lost their intelligence. It is because they were defeated by 8 invisible rules of the financial world that govern how wealth is kept. If you have spent decades building your savings, you are likely standing in a field of hidden landmines. These are the systematic leaks that can drain your accounts faster than you can fill them. In this discussion, we will dissect the 8 defensive rules that will ensure the money you earn stays exactly where it belongs. Rule number 1 is that money is relatively easy to acquire, but incredibly hard to maintain. Many individuals find themselves caught in what is known as the big check syndrome. Imagine a real estate agent who earns a $200,000 commission in a single month after years of struggle. The sudden influx of cash creates a psychological shift that leads to a lavish lifestyle. They start spending on luxury items and expensive vacations without realizing their average monthly income is much lower. This excitement often masks the reality that a large windfall is usually temporary. Wealth only grows when you manage it with extreme self-control and foresight. If you cannot maintain your wealth through a disciplined system, you are simply a temporary custodian of that money. True success is measured not by how much you make today, but by how much you still have 10 years from now. Rule number 2 is that money loves calculated risk takers. As we age, our natural instinct is to become more defensive and avoid any possibility of loss. A person at age 23 can afford to take massive risks with their investments because they have time to recover. However, a person at age 70 often hides their money under a metaphorical mattress to keep it safe. The irony is that in a world of high inflation, playing it safe is the most dangerous move you can make. If your money is not growing faster than the cost of living, you are losing wealth every single day. Calculated risk does not mean gambling on the latest social media trend or a new cryptocurrency. It means understanding that great opportunities always involve a level of uncertainty. You must be open to smart investments that offer a higher return than a standard savings account. Rule number 3 is to let your money work for you rather than working for your money. If you observe the wealthy and the poor closely, you will see a fundamental difference in how they spend their time. Wealthy individuals use their capital to hire skilled workers and build automated systems. This allows them to focus on big ideas and strategic growth, while their assets generate passive income. On the other hand, most people trade their limited time and energy directly for a paycheck. When you stop working, your income stops immediately. This creates a cycle of dependency that is hard to break without a change in strategy. You must focus on building multiple streams of income that do not require your active involvement. When your capital is harnessed to work for you, it has the potential to generate further wealth even while you sleep. Rule number 4 is that money is a game of exchange and mutual benefit. There is a significant difference between earning money and making money. Earning money involves a direct trade of your physical or mental labor for financial compensation. But making money involves using your creativity and effort to build value that keeps paying you regularly. For example, when you create a product or a service that solves a problem, people will gladly trade their money for it. The more value you provide to the world, the more wealth will naturally flow into your accounts. Every financial transaction must facilitate a mutual benefit for the exchange to be sustainable. If you want to increase your wealth, you must first increase the value of what you offer to others. Focus on creating something that people truly need, and the financial rewards will follow. Rule number 5 is that money attracts money through the power of association. You may have noticed that wealthy individuals often spend time with other wealthy people. This is not necessarily because they look down on others with less income. It is because their financial status naturally draws them to people who share their mindset and priorities. By surrounding yourself with individuals who understand financial growth, you learn their habits and behaviors. These people have valuable knowledge about protecting assets and identifying new opportunities. If you hang out with people who spend every dollar they earn, you will likely do the same. But if your inner circle is focused on investing and long-term stability, your bank account will reflect that influence. Aim to build relationships with those who are already where you want to be financially. Rule number 6 is that money loves secrecy, and privacy is a critical asset. In the modern world, being loud about your wealth is a significant liability. When the people around you know exactly how much you have, they may try to use that information to their advantage. Social pressure can force you to spend more on things you do not need just to maintain an image. It is wise to keep a secret account or a private reserve that only you are aware of. This discretion is not about being greedy or hiding things from loved ones. It is about creating a lifeline that is protected from external demands and sudden emergencies. Having a secret stash of money can save your business or your household during a crisis. When matters of money are kept private, you retain the power to make decisions without outside interference. Rule number 7 is that money hates stagnation and must remain in motion. Stagnant money is like standing water that eventually becomes unproductive and loses value. To build real wealth, your capital should always be moving from one productive asset to another. Diversifying your income across different places ensures that your wealth is constantly multiplying. Simply leaving large amounts of cash in a basic bank account is often a waste of potential growth. You should ensure your money is actively working to generate additional income through diverse channels. Whether it is in real estate, index funds, or new business ventures, keep your capital flowing. This circulation creates a momentum that protects you from the failure of any single investment. Rule number 8 is that significant wealth is often earned through crisis and chaos. As the legendary investor Warren Buffett once said, "Be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful." The majority of people panic when the economy struggles, and they sell their assets at a loss. But the wealthy see a crisis as a rare opportunity to acquire high-value assets at a discount. During tough times, the demand for certain needs intensifies, while prices for property and stocks often drop. If you have prepared by saving cash, you can negotiate from a position of immense power. Smart investors strategically acquire assets when others are desperate to sell. Tough economic periods do not last forever, but the gains made during a crisis can last a lifetime. Get ready by planning for the next downturn so it becomes your greatest chance for advancement. Beyond these 8 rules, you must also be aware of the modern financial vampires that drain your wealth. We are talking about recurring subscription fees that you have completely forgotten about. Small amounts like $10 or $20 may seem insignificant at the moment, but when added together across a household, they can cost you thousands of dollars every single year. You must be ruthless and cancel any service that does not provide immediate and measurable value. Another silent killer of wealth is high-interest debt from credit cards. These companies are designed as wealth extraction machines that charge you 20% interest or more. If you carry a balance on your cards, you are paying a penalty that grows exponentially over time. You must attack high-interest debt with the same intensity you would use to put out a fire in your home. Use the debt avalanche method by paying off the highest interest rates first to save the most money. Stop using credit cards for new purchases until your old balances are completely gone. Finally, remember that your health is the foundation of all your financial potential. The cost of poor health is not just measured in medical bills and insurance premiums. It is measured in the lost opportunities and the lack of energy to pursue your goals. Your 20s and 30s are when you establish the habits that will support or sabotage your future. Invest in quality nutrition, regular sleep, and consistent movement to stay at peak performance. If you are constantly exhausted or stressed, you cannot make the high-level decisions required for wealth. Building wealth is not about luck or a single winning lottery ticket. It is about the disciplined application of these defensive rules over many years. By plugging the holes in your finances and focusing on value creation, you take control of your destiny. Start today by reviewing your bank statements and identifying the invisible leaks. Your future self will thank you for the courage to live differently than the crowd. True freedom is the ability to wake up every morning and decide exactly how you want to spend your day. Follow these rules and you will not only reach that destination, but you will stay there for good.